Hey guys, SFP here, and welcome to episode number 3 of my FIFA challenge with Fezar 3. And right off the bat, guys, I told you that I'm preparing for this for a long term, I guess. I know me and Fezar said that it would be a one season thing, but just in the case that this actually becomes a popular series, which, depending, well, now seeing my views on my regular career mode and this career mode, this one is actually getting more views. So I'm assuming you guys like this a little bit more than the other one. That's completely fine because, to be quite honest, it's riveting. It's exciting. It's me using players that I haven't really used that much. So that in itself is quite an interesting new feature for me. And also because I have yet to be scored on actual meaningful competition. Well, I guess you could debate whether or not you think the Capital One Cup is competitive enough, and considering it is our tiebreaker, I did actually see the third episode of Fezer, excuse me, and I will leave that in the comments description down below, excuse me, so you guys can see the third video, and I'll also link to the second video on my second video of the FIFA challenge for his as well. But I just checked his out, and he's doing just as well as I am actually. So far, he has yet to lose. I guess I should say he's conceded at least 3 times. So we have a little bit of a difference there. I'm a little bit surprised. Maybe it's because he's more proactive, maybe in the final third than I am. So that's why he leaves himself a little bit more open to counterattacks or to any attacks in general. But I have yet to concede, and I'm hoping to keep that going for as long as possible. Obviously, I'm going to be a little bit more paranoid the longer this goes, so maybe if I get scored on, it'll be a relief for me. But anyways, guys, I hope you guys enjoy this video. We have 3 games for you, 2 league games, and a cup game as well. So let us see if we can catch Fezzer right now, because right now uh, he's actually 4 wins, uh, 4 wins out of 4 games so far, 9 goals, 4-3 against, and so far he's in at least round 3 of the Open Cup. I mean the Capital One Cup. I keep saying Open Cup, and I do apologize for that, guys. I guess the similarity is a little bit too much for me. And lo and behold, this is actually how the first half will end. Nothing too exciting happened. There was that one chance that we had, but it wasn't exactly a good chance either. Now, since our squad is actually kind of condensed, which I actually prefer, we will actually make no changes here. We have Michael Bradley with a shot, and Milokovic Savic actually gets the rebound, and he gives us our lead here 5 minutes into the second half. And there's a very fortuitous rebound, actually, and I actually thought by the replay that it might have been an own goal, but when you see the replay, you can clearly see that our player actually gets the header through. But you can see my confusion, my slight doubt there that it could have been an own goal. But so far, this player has been a revelation. I've never heard of him before. I actually looked him up on FIFA or Foothead. I don't remember which website, and you guys might consider that cheating. But I was running out of ideas. Here we have Clint Dempsey, our target striker, hits the post. Actually, that could have gone in. That would have been a beauty of a goal. And then Campbell gets the spoils, but he also just rips one way too strong to pose any threat there to the goalkeeper from QPR, which I believe is Green. Anyways, here we have another opportunity for QPR this time, and that one almost connects. And I forgot to mention, guys, I believe I saw Jamie Vardy in the lineup, and that threw me for a loop because I'm like, wait a second, does Jamie Vardy actually play for QPR? Is that a thing that actually happened? But then I realized, no, that's stupid. He's still a Leicester, and I believe he has a minor groin injury. Or he's going to surgery for a minor groin injury. Here we have Sandro who beats his defender. Gonna go for the beautiful cross, and Dempsey with one of those headers that just goes to show it doesn't necessarily need to be that strong to beat your goalkeeper, just as long as it is placed in the perfect position. And Clint Dempsey just kind of softly caresses the ball there, right over the goalkeeper. The goalkeeper does nothing because there's nothing to do. You cannot save that one. And I'd like to admire that ever so slightly, and that is Green. So there's a little rematch there from the World Cup in 2006, I believe, in 2010 in South Africa. Excuse me. 2006 was Germany, and I don't. Well, Dempsey did score. That wasn't the one against Green. And that will be the first game, guys. 2-0 win for us. We still keep our clean sheet record going. Now we have two more games, and let's see what that has in store for us. And after editing this video, guys, I do realize that I haven't been showing you the tables per se. So I'm thinking for the next couple videos that are coming up for this career mode series, I will actually show you guys uh, maybe right towards the end of the video where we stand exactly with basically wins, draws, losses, and goals in favor and goals against. Here we're going to face Bristol City at home, which would be another interesting match. And I'm using my B team here. I've noticed certain things with me and Fezer. We actually do rotate our players, which is great. I kind of don't like people that just use the same starting 11. Granted, I can see why you would do it for certain teams, like the big teams like Barcelona, Bayern Munich. Most of those players are critical players, so they need to be playing on a week-to-week basis, and there's actually less games for them to play in general. Whereas in the lower divisions here of Great Britain, uh, the Championship, Football League 1, Football League 2, there's 46 games, so I think rotating your squad is a little bit more reasonable, and I just rotate my whole starting 11. That's just kind of the characteristic that I want here. And speaking about characteristic, Dragokowski. I cannot pronounce this goalkeeper's name, and I picked him. Which I should really do a good job at least being able to pronounce the players that I choose. But he comes up with a relatively simple save, but a crucial save nonetheless. We have Victor Andrade with a cross shot. And I thought that was going in, guys. I thought that was going in with the quality of the player that is Victor Andrade. I thought that was going bottom right corner there, but maybe the angle was just a little too sharp for him. That's fine. We have Sepulveda with an opportunity, and our goalkeeper, whose name I will not pronounce right now because I don't want to seem like an idiot twice in my own video. He actually gets the save there, and what a great save by that replay, as you can see right there. And he's rocking his hair. I actually do quite dig his hair right now. Maybe that's something I should emulate in the future once I get my new hairstyle. Here we have Iniacho. Iniacho beats one defender. It's probably going to be the second. He's going to be the second. He has his opportunity here, and he kind of just wastes it. Iniacho was going for glory, and he got none. And now looking at that replay, I see that it's not Dempsey, excuse me. I think it was Kennedy. Kennedy could have been open. I could have given the simple pass to him. Here we have, again, an opportunity, but our goalkeeper, again, comes huge. I can't recall another game where my goalkeeper has to come big. And I think this might be the pivotal point where I might consider using Dragowski as my starter. Because he's come big so far. My back line's kind of been a little whimsy here. But our goalkeeper comes big, and we're still holding on to that clean sheet record, guys. Just barely, though. And I gotta tell you, after playing these 3 games, I have a feeling that my record is gonna be cut short at any moment because the computer's actually going at it. The comm is going at it. Here at Grimaldo with a rocket of a left foot here. Not actually a rocket. I take that back. It had enough power, but the placement of that kick by the replays, you can see here. A nice give and go, and then Grimaldo with his left foot. Just perfectly positioned shot. This angle you would appreciate more. As you can see that. What a beauty. Not a lot of power, but just enough to beat the goalkeeper and go in the back of the net. And that is exactly what you need. That is kind of why I like those finesse players more, because it just goes to show power isn't everything. The placement, the finesse, that can make or break that shot into being a goal. Anyways, here we have Wagstaff with an opportunity, and Wagstaff almost breaks our record here, guys. Like I'm telling you, these computers are actually trying to do their best, and I'm giving them so many opportunities, and I have to fix that. Otherwise, we're going to be in deep trouble here with Andrade. Andrade just finishes this, and with a couple seconds left to spare, I'm pretty sure that is game, set, and match. As you can see there, the strength that Andrade has right there is amazing because this defender there is going at him, trying to push him away from the ball, but he doesn't concede, and he just curls it into the back of the net. And Damari Gray is celebrating with Victor Andrade. That's something you don't see quite often. And this is his second goal of the championship. And that's another different thing that I've been noticing, guys, as I believe the whistle will be blown here, is that right now Fezer actually has a goal scorer. I believe Vardy, if I'm not mistaken, has 4 goals in the season so far, and there's only been 4 games, so he's basically racking a goal a game, which is pretty impressive. I don't think I have that going for me at the moment, but as it seems to be just on my other career mode, as I showed you guys this training simulation, guys, and Demario Gray finally goes to level 69. Uh, the goal scoring responsibility has kind of been shared with the whole team. It's not just one person being dependent on it. And at this point, I would assume it'd be Dempsey. To be quite honest, I would have figured Dempsey would have had 3 goals by now, but he's starting off a little slow, which starts to make me question personally whether or not I went with the right American striker. Maybe I should have gone for a Joe Hansen. Maybe I should have gone for a Josie Altidore. And I know you guys must be saying, yeah, he doesn't have to be American. I know that, but the whole point of this career mode is to have 3 players of our choosing. I didn't want to go all out because um, Fezer wasn't going all out. He wasn't choosing Messi. He had interesting picks. He had Jamie Vardy, Velasi, and Mahrez. And I figured, you know what? I don't want to just have Messi, Ronaldo. Although that would be fun. Maybe if we uh, had the level up higher, maybe we would go with those kind of picks. So I figured, you know what? Let me go with something a little bit more practical. Let me go with Dempsey, Bradley, and Gonzalez. Though Gonzalez is the weakest one out of all my picks, and he might actually get relegated to the bench depending on how good my young center backs are right now. Here we have Clint Dempsey. Clint Dempsey, please. He actually gets the shot. It hits the post, and then again, here comes this youngster who I've never heard of before. And I feel bad for not knowing it because he's one of the higher ranked youngsters here in the game, but he gets, I believe, his second goal of this Capital One Cup, and there is no way he was missing that, guys. If he did, I would have pulled him out that second, but Sergej Milinkovic Savic, I believe Milinkovic Savic gets it. Here we have Dempsey. Dempsey with his strength. Dempsey has a bit of pace apparently. He's going to go for it all by himself, and he makes it 2-0. With 5 minutes to spare in this half, it seems that we are clearly the more dominant team, and that's actually another thing that I've been noticing. And I hate to have this episode be the differences between me and Fezer, but he actually puts his more of a reserve squad on this on these cups, which in his defense, typically that's what we would do. I would typically actually. I'm very competitive. I want to win every single cup available. So, in my regular career modes, I do tend to put my A team on these cup games, even though the Capital One Cup isn't exactly the trophy that most of us want. It's obviously the FA Cup or even the Champions League. But I'm very competitive. I want to win as many cups as possible, so I tend to have my A team just like I do here. And this one is more important because it is the tiebreakers, and I have a feeling that I'm going to score a great goal here with Michael Bradley. No, I did not have a feeling about that, but what a beauty of a shot there by Michael Bradley. Now, going back on what I was saying, I have a feeling that while, and he actually, Fazer brought this up, that he might actually win every single game in the league. And no offense, Fezer, I don't think that's going to happen. I'm not saying you're going to lose. Maybe you'll lose a game. But I'm thinking there might be some draws that'll sneak by up there. And I can clearly say for myself, I'm not going to win every single game, although I'm liking the way my form is right now. But I have a feeling at some point I'm going to run into a little bit of a drought. And actually, as you can see here, they're just knocking on my door for that goal. It's bound to happen, guys. We are going to lose our clean sheet streak. But it might not be today, or at least I'm trying to make it not today. But anyways, I don't think me or or Fezzer are actually going to win every single game in the league. But I have a feeling we will end up both in the number one spot. And so these cup games become way more important. And as we can see here, our starting right back, Ginter, who Fessler actually had some kind words in his video, actually gets injured. So it's kind of ironic. Maybe there's a connection there. Maybe there's some sort of karma that's connecting our videos. But he gets injured, and I'm going to put Semedo, who Semedo has actually, when I think about it, has been better than Ginter at the moment. They're about the same overall, so this might be a permanent switch coming into the future. Especially as we see here by the notice, as you will see in the future, because I'm speaking from the future, obviously. Uh, Ginter will actually be out for about a month, so that will leave enough time uh, for Tomato to convince me, and that will be the end of this video, guys. I hope you enjoyed it. Please, if you're new to my channel, subscribe, hit that like button if you enjoyed it. Follow me on Twitter at SFP Soccer Show and on Twitch at SFP Gaming. Until next time, guys, which will be Sunday. See you all later, and I will leave a description or the link to Fezzer's video in the description down below. Make sure to check him out as well. Give him some love. And I see that Capino and Gonzalez are out, and so are we. Peace.